Here we go. Well, we're here. It is officially day 11 of reading every single day. We missed a couple of days, but that's all right. We're getting right back into it. I reviewed all the rest of the videos, and we're going to just get this done. So, we're starting at page 59. Ideally, we can pump out a lot of this today. I think the current time. What is the current time? 5:52. Dang. Saturday went by really quickly. So, we're going to continue on. Most people naturally try to solve problems using logical solutions. But the logical solutions have usually been tried because they're logical. It's what everyone would try and do. As a business owner and entrepreneur, I increasingly approach problems to find physiological solutions rather than logical ones. Because if there were logical solutions, it would probably have already been solved, thereby eliminating the problem. All that's left are the physiological problems. Example 1, inspired by Rory Sutherland, CMO of some advertising company. Any fool can sell a product by offering it for a discount. It takes a great market to sell the same product for a premium. Logical solution: make trains faster to increase satisfaction. Physiological solution: decrease the pain points of waiting by adding a dotted map. Physiological solution: pay models to be the hostess on the trip. People would wish it would take longer to get to their destination. Logical solution: make an elevator faster. Physiological solution: add a floor to the ceiling and mirrors so people are distracted by staring at themselves and forget how long they were on the elevator for. Logical solution: make it cheaper. Physical solution: make fewer of them and raise the price, which causes people to want it more. Often, most logical solutions have been tried and failed. At this point in history, we must give the physiological solution a shot to solve problems. As such, as a business owner, it is up to us to communicate these value drivers with clarity to increase the prospects' precipitation of their realities. The extent to which you answer these questions in the mind of your prospect will determine the value you are creating. Only then will we truly be able to realize the actual value of our product to the marketplace. By extension, the egregious prices we want to charge. It's difficult to separate the four value-driven drivers from another, as most vehicles combine many of these elements together. But I will do my best to isolate and clearly explain each below. 1. The dream outcome. Goal equals increase. People have deep, unchanging desires. This is what marriages are lost over, wars are fought over, and people will dyingly die for. Our goal is not to create desire. It is simply to channel that desire through our offer, and monetization vehicle. The dream outcome is the expression of the feelings and experiences the prospect has envisioned in their mind. It is the gap between their current reality and their dreams. Our goal is to accurately depict that dream back to them so they feel understood, and explain how our vehicle will get them there. The dream, dude, come on. The dream outcome is simple. It is getting there where the value gets enhanced or detracted. People generally, and our clients specifically, want to be perceived as beautiful, to be respected, to be perceived as powerful, and to be loved, to be increased in their status. These are all powerful drivers, but multiple vehicles may accomplish the same thing. Take the desire to be perceived as beautiful, for example. Here are a lot of things that touch on this desire: makeup, anti-aging creams, supplements, shapewear, plastic surgery, fitness. All these vehicles channel the desire to be perceived as beautiful. And if we further unpack the idea of a desire to be beautiful, we see that it may be a surface level declaration of a deeper desire to achieve higher status in one social group. The dream outcome value driver is most prominently used when comparing the relative value between two different desires being satisfied. In general, the dream outcome, the most direct increase a prospect's status will be that only they... Wait, let me reread that. In general, the dream outcome that most directly increases a prospect's status will be... I'm sitting right on the freaking microphone, too. In general, the dream outcome that most directly increases a prospect's status will be the one they value the most. As such, a prospect may value the entire category of vehicles that satisfy one desire more than another category that satisfies a different desire. For many men, making money is more important than being handsome. Why? Because money drives status for men more than being handsome does. So in general, they will value all offers that make them more money than offers that help them look good. I once heard Russell Brunson tell a story about this concept. He explained how his wife, Claudia, at first hearing about this status concept, rejected it. She claimed she wasn't driven by the status and would never want to drive a Lamborghini. Instead, she favored her minivan, but after talking further, she revealed it was because driving a Lamborghini would decrease her status against her mom friends, while driving a minivan would show she was a good mother, increase her status. So it's not about money, it's about the status. Talk in terms of things your prospects believe will increase their status, and you will have your prospects drooling. Pro tip: frame benefits in terms of status gained from the viewpoint of others. When writing copy, you can make it that much more powerful by talking about how other people will perceive the prospect's achievement. Connect the dots for them. Example: if you buy this golf club, your drive will increase by 40 yards. Your golf buddies' jaws will drop when they see your ball soar 40 yards past theirs. They will ask you, what's changed? Only you will know. That being said, when comparing two products or services that satisfy the same desire, the value from their dream outcomes will cancel out. It will be the other three variables that drive the difference in perceived value and ultimately price. For example, if we have two products or services that both help make someone beautiful, it will be the likelihood of achievement, time delay, and effort required that will differentiate the perceived value of each offer. Simply put, if two things make someone beautiful, that makes one worth $50K and another $5. Answer: the extent of the other three variables. 2. Perceived likelihood of achievement. This was the last of the variables I added when trying to think through this framework a few years ago. I felt like something was missing with only the other three. Then I realized people paying for certainty, to value certainty. I call this the perceived likelihood of achievement. In other words, how likely do I believe it is that I will achieve the result I am looking for if I make this purchase? For example, how much would you pay to be a plastic surgeon's 10,000th patient versus their first? If you're a normal, same person, a lot more. Heck, you might even ask them to pay you if you were their first patient. So you can see, even from the simplest example, that while the service you are receiving is technically the same, the only thing that changes is your perceived likelihood of getting what you want. Both surgeons take the same amount of time to do the surgery. If anything, the guy who has done it 10,000 times would likely get it done faster and still charge more. The more experienced surgeon has a track record of achieving a result, which incentivizes their desirability. People value the perceived likelihood of achievement, increasing a prospect's conviction that your offer will actually work for them. Will make your offer that much more valuable, even though the work remains the same on your end. So to increase value with all offers, we must communicate perceived likelihood of achievement through our messaging, proof, what we choose to include or exclude in our offer, and our guarantees. 3. What are we at for time here? Let's just double check. 14 minutes. 3. Time delay. Goal equals decrease. Time delay is the time between a client buying and receiving the promised benefit. The shorter the distance between when they purchase and they receive the value, the outcome, the more valuable of your services or product is. There are two elements to this driver of value: long-term outcome and short-term experience. Many times, these are short-term experiences that occur while en route to the long-term outcomes. They happen along the way and provide value. It's good to understand both. The thing people buy is the long-term goal, aka their dream outcome, but the thing that makes them stay long enough to get it shorter term experience. These are little milestones a prospect sees along the way that shows them they are on the right path. We try and tie as many of these as possible into our services we offer. We want clients to have a big emotional win as close as possible to their purchase. This gives them the emotional buy-in and the momentum to see it through to the ultimate goal. For example, it takes a while to add an extra $239K per year to a gym, but that's what they're buying. So once they have purchased, we need to create emotional wins first. One way we do this is to get their ads live and get them closer to the first $2,000 sale within their first 7 days. By doing this, their decision to work with us reinforces and they immediately trust us more. This makes them more likely to follow the rest of our systems and get to their desired destination. Pro tip for fast wins: always try to incorporate short-term immediate wins for the client. Be creative. They just need to know they are on the right path and they made the right decision by trusting you and your business. Let me give you another example. If I show somebody a bikini body, their time delay to realize that outcome may be 12 months or even longer. Along the way, though, as they change their bodies,